on the mic on the YouTube. Okay, wonderful. People gathering on the YouTube already. Peace, blessings, enough, holy, plenty, a lot of love to all our kings and all our and our enough amount of queens in the house. Really appreciate it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome King John, Dr. John Ajongwen. Welcome Queen Idiot. Welcome Queen Irene and Queen Lerato and Queen Dr. Nadu and King Sigan and Queen Yvonne Finn and Queen Elaine and Queen Alan G, King Alan G and Etty and Francis, King Francis and Queen or King Fru. Oh my goodness. And Queen Grace, or Queen Grace. Is that our Queen Grace? I feel with Queen Grace. Grace is our Queen Grace.
This is Grace Shadare. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, man, we hearing you. What a go on?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that yeah? Nice, man, nice. That is good to hear. What?
Production, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
I commented the
Mm. All right. All right, Queen Grace. All right, all right. Queen Grace, nice, nice. Good to have you, good to have you. Welcome, welcome, welcome to you and to everyone here on the webinar. Really appreciate all of Uno, all of you, every one of you. Really appreciate, really appreciate, really appreciate. We are going to actually start out with our theme song. Yes, we still have a theme song, and we are going to play the theme song. Take a little note of the theme song. It's a little amalgamated and join up with a few other things that wasn't there before. And so we just want to thank Queen Lerato Shadare, our international recording singing artist that gifted us this theme song to play on our Dream Team webinar. And so at this time, we are going to actually go over to that wonderful song by Queen Lerato.
We are here, we are on passive, shining bright into the future. We rise high with one heart and revolution, lifting up humanity as we rise, standing tall, hand in hand. We are the unicorn, we are the stars. Oh,
The next stop is on passive.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much, Lerato Shadare, our one and only international recording, singing artist. And at this time, we are going to hand things over to our moderators, which is Queen Irene, and she is not in dream. Over to you, Queen Irene.
Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you're joining us, happy Sunday. It's always a pleasure to be here, and I always look forward to. I wasn't here last week, and it feels like it's been a month that I have not been here. But I'm here today, and I'm just so grateful to have everyone that have made up the time to be here with us this Sunday. We thank God for his blessings. We thank God for life, for giving us this opportunity to be in this land of the living and to meet on a Sunday like this, to see one another, greet, talk, and just celebrate one another. All right. It is not a talking day for me to have a long talk.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know what happened, but okay. So we're just gonna go straight to our program. It's packed full. I'm sure everyone is waiting to hear what our guest speaker has today for us, but we have to prepare our minds. We have to prepare our minds and get ready to hear from our guest speaker today. And no one else but our sister is gonna help us get ready. So over to you, sis.
My beautiful sister. I love the color of your nails. Your nails are just,
Oh,
yes.
Thank
yes,
you.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's good to see you, sis. It's good to see everybody here. Like you said, also when I don't come here, it feels like forever because
Yeah.
it's nice to be here. It's nice to connect to the same energies. So thank you for this opportunity. I will take this opportunity to say what our sister, Dr. Benny, always says, that we are not here by our own power or, our God. God is the one that gives us an opportunity. Every day is an opportunity to, love better and make other choices that support good, right, in our lives. So yeah, I just want to give God thanks and acknowledge that I'm here not by my own power. So, and it's good to see you and it's good to be here. And we're going to carry on from the topic that we had last week. And I told you the last time that when I come here, I'm not an expert, guys. I'm just coming here to share my heart and, we just to inspire or, try to get something moving inside of you, to ask questions that will make you question certain things. And then we can share, right? And and the topic that we were talking about the last time was joy. And I think it's a very complex topic. I cannot simplify it, but I'll just, touch certain, points that for me I gathered when I went and delved into the issue of joy, because I think the journey of joy is a very personal journey. It's a very personal journey, but also there are certain things that are commonalities that we share when it comes to joy. I mean, most of the time, there are things that we share, experiences that we share, or things that we share as human beings, because we come here, some of our experiences are similar, so we can be able to interchange our experiences and sharpen one another, or just speaking to one another and see how we give each other maybe a different perspective. So for me, what I gathered that it's a personal journey, guys. It's a really personal journey. And it also has to do with choices, right? Remember last week I spoke about choices. And I think today I'm just going to take a different direction of approaching this topic. And I'm going to say maybe 3 statements to you guys. I'm going to say 3 statements. And as I say these 3 statements, I want you to be aware of how you react to it internally. When I say these statements, I want you to see what happens to you when I say these things, and how does it resonate. Yeah. The first statement that I'm going to say is, I deserve joy. Just say that to yourself. When you say, I deserve joy, see what happens internally to you. When you say, I deserve joy, right? The second one is, I deserve love. I deserve love. See what happens when you say that internally. Just sit with yourself and see what happens, right? And then the third statement is, I deserve good. I deserve good. You'll be surprised of when we say these things. For some people, when you say one statement, there'll be something like a blockage, because there's certain agreements that we make with ourselves, and we somehow convince ourselves that we don't deserve joy, we don't deserve love, we don't deserve good. We put certain conditions, and some of these conditions or certain agreements that we make with ourselves is through experience, right? I'll speak about love. Some people might have had a romantic relationship, and maybe something happened there. And then they told themselves when that horrible thing happened that, you know what, I'm not going to love, like they will close that door. They will close that door. They'll put certain locks that, you know, when you meet this person, you have to go through steps to unlock these locks. You know, they want, right? So because, and then these people will convince themselves that they're unlovable. Like there will be walls that you have to break down to reach to them. It's the same thing with joy. Maybe something happened, you had an experience when you were very joyous, and something maybe dramatic happened, or something happened and you thought, no. When I'm too happy, maybe bad things happen. Or when I'm too happy, it doesn't last. When I'm too happy, it's too good to be true. Yeah, it's fleeting or whatever. The agreements that you make with yourself to put doors in order for you, like, and then these doors don't allow you to experience the fullness of joy without conditions. We put conditions. I'll only be happy if I achieve this. I'll only be happy if this happens. I'll only truly experience joy when this thing happens in my life. The rest of the time, you're just not, I don't know what you're surviving on. I don't know what you're surviving on, but you know, there are people who says, like, I'll only be happy if maybe I have this or I do this or blah, 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 blah. The rest of the time, you're just experiencing your life without joy. You're not letting it in. You are not letting it in, even when moments and opportunities of joy presents themselves or miracles present themselves, you're not allowing them in because you conditioned yourself that I will only be happy if this one specific thing happens. So you miss a lot. You end up missing a lot of opportunities. You're missing a lot of moments when you could have savored this moment and actually sat in this joy and let it encompass you and become your normal and become your norm. So it doesn't get a chance to become, because then you have this huge door that closed it off. You already made this agreement that it's only going to happen if this happens or if this blah. I don't know what agreement that you make with yourself. Even with the statement that I deserve good, you will be surprised how many people believe that they don't deserve good. It's agreement that they made with themselves. Or maybe somebody made a mistake before and then they already told themselves, you know what, I don't deserve anything good. Whatever, you know, people will say the certain things or put certain conditions or make agreements with themselves for, you know, we don't know, but we have to be now mindful and be conscious, right? Go back to yourself. That's why I said before, when you say the statement, when that resistance rises up in your spirit, question it. And now do the work to find out what is that resistance? Where is it coming from? What agreements have I made with myself that said that I don't deserve good? What agreements have I made with myself? And how do I remove these things? How do I remove this? Because remember, I always say agree with good. Everything that flows with joy, with love, with good, it's everything that attracts the like energies to come and encompass your life. Those energies of love, of peace, of joy, of happiness, of good, of prosperity flow together. So when you have blockages or there are things, the resistance that stops you from experiencing certain things, then there'll be blockages that doesn't allow, even when money comes, there'll be blockages that doesn't allow a free flow into your life. Right? There'll be those things that stops you from fully sitting in that joy and enjoy, like sever it and enjoying it. Right? So those resistance, you have to sit with yourself and be honest with yourself and be willing to do the work. And the work is not something easy. You have to choose it. You have to choose that I'm intentional about joy. I'm intentional about love. I'm intentional about good. And I'm going to remove the doors, remove the hinges. It's a risk that you have to be willing to take. It's the risk that you have to be willing to take, to love unconditionally, to be joyous, to choose joy over everything unconditionally, to choose good unconditionally. It doesn't matter the second. Remember, there's this statement that says that life happens, but it's how we react to it that is important. All right. Things will happen in your life. Life will be lifing, guys. Life's for all of us, but it's how we react to it that matters. So things will come to challenge you. Things will come to, to prove or challenges will come, but how you react to it is like, okay, fine. I mean, my joy is not going to change, or I'm not going to change my stance of being joyous because something is happening in my life. I still choose joy. This moment of the challenge will come. I'll face it. I'll give it what it needs, but I still maintain the state of being in joy, the state of being in love. And I'm not talking about romantic love, guys. You know that we spoke about this before, that love comes in many forms and it manifests in many forms. But love, the ultimate, the divine love, I choose the state of divine love. No matter what happens, I still choose love. There's this statement that I wrote on my children's, they have a blackboard in their room. And I wrote this sentence that, let love lead. Let love lead. So when they wake up, they read the statement. It's something that they take in subconsciously, that no matter what, I choose love. I might be upset with my brother for doing something, or because sometimes they fight. They're boys. I mean, one is 10, one is 12. But after the fight, let love lead. Even if I'm upset, how I react to the person, I might be upset, but ultimately, I love this person. Their actions don't change how I react. It doesn't change how I love them. I might be angry, and this is also what I tell them. I said, I might be upset. You might do something that is, but it doesn't change how I love you. Me loving you is unconditional. Your actions don't change it. That flow of love that comes from you to you, it doesn't stop. It's never gonna stop. So you understand what I mean? So we have to make a conscious decision, and we have to be intentional about joy in our lives. We have to be intentional about love. We have to be intentional with agreements that we make. Right? Exactly. Thank you, Alinji. You said it comes from from the inside out. Everything that we do, joy comes from the inside out. From the inside out. It doesn't come from the outside in. Right? Because remember, I said we are vibrational beings and we are spiritual beings. So everything that we do, everything that we I don't want to say become, because our beingness, I would say maybe become, because then every day we're growing. It's from the inside out, not outside in. Right? But when we open the doors of joy, when we are now starting living from the inside out, then we open up so that the good things also will come in. Right? So that joy that we are distributing, that joy that we are radiating, will attract joy to become now. Everything around us will come and add on to the joy that we already are, or that we already are sitting in. Right? So let's be very intentional. That's why I said that let's sit with, start asking yourself questions and ask yourselves, like those statements, is that I deserve love, and see if it rhymes true with you, or if you want to resist it. When you say I deserve love, do you want to resist it? Is that thing that says I do, but or I don't know, do I? I deserve wealth, and other people like, do I deserve it? Those questions, that kind of resistance that rises up, question it, and then start doing the work. Start doing the work and questioning yourself and trying to find out, where did I close the doors? Where did I start making, agreements that don't agree with good, that don't agree with joy, love, and this good with God, basically. All right? Where are these agreements coming from? Let's start now doing the work, guys. Right? So open the door, within without any conditions and start working on that. Start making this, and, you know, asking yourself questions, and then open the door to joy, guys. Because when we start now living from within and radiating this joy, it will attract like energies. And then our lives will be full, because we need to live our lives wholly. Like, our lives have to be whole. So everything will start attract the like energies, right? The beauty that we're looking for, the beauty that we want in our lives, that flow of joy, of love, of everything good, then it's going to be very effortless, because you will be that. I love what Alinji said, because he said that it's from within. You know, we do not manifest what we want, we manifest who we are. So when we are radiating that joy and we are living in that joy, then it will attract the like energy, because it can't do anything else but do that. That wealth, that beauty, that wholeness, right? It will attract what the same energies, right? So let's make choices, guys. How much do you want to be in that joy? So start making choices that supports that. So it's a choice too. Joy is not just something that is just, you have to make a choice. You have to choose to live in that state, the state of joy, the state of love, the state of good. You have to make that choice, guys. You have to constantly make that choice, right? I said that things will happen, life will happen, right? But when you're in the state of joy, regardless of what happens in your life, the joy will be the primary mode of your beingness, right? So things will happen, you'll solve them, you'll pass through them, you'll take the experience, but your modus operandi, I want to say that, will be of joy, will be of love, will be of good. You'll be operating in those realms, and that you know, beingness, right? And joy, like I said, joy attracts wealth, it attracts wellness. Everything that goes with joy, love, and peace, and all these things, they attract each other. Those energies attract each other. So you have choices to make, guys. You have choices to make, you have questions to ask. Like I said at the beginning, it's a personal journey. I can't choose that journey for you. You have to choose that journey for yourself, and determine how important it is to your own existence. How do you want to exist? Do you want to exist in the state of joy or survival or whatever? You have to choose. It's your choice to make. It's a personal journey, and it's a personal, you know, choice that you have to make. Thank you so much, everybody. In case you didn't hear it today, just know that you're deeply loved. I love you. Thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you.
Ooh, okay. Thank you so much, sis. Oh my God. I told you guys, you know, we always know that you have so much in stock for us. I'm not going to go over it again, because I'm sure everyone was paying attention. Everyone was paying attention. You all heard it. And we have to put it in perspective. Amen. All right. Moving on. Oh, I lost track. Okay. Moving on. We're going to move on to what everybody is waiting for today. Our guest speaker. That guest speaker, I don't think that he needs any form of introduction, because we all know him. What we need is to listen to hear what he has for us today. And I am telling you, team, the things that we get from here, if you have to pay or you have to go to school to do it, it will be expensive. It will be costly. And how lucky and fortunate we are to be here, to be getting all of this, you know, free with love from our very own brothers and sisters. So the topic for today is IT 101, part 4. Oh my God, did I miss part 2 and 3? All right. So I'm going to turn the floor to our very own King, Brother Shaggy. All right, over to you, brother. Is he in the house? Okay. Yeah, he is.
I'm here.
All right. Okay, now we can hear you.
Good day, everybody, wherever you are joining us from. It's a pleasure to be here again. I'm trying to log into WhatsApp from my PC. For some reason, my Apple is not cooperating. So what I normally do at times like this is reach out to the expert. You know who the expert is when it comes to this platform. Brother Derek. Roderick, are you in the house? I want to quickly send you the PowerPoint presentation if it's possible at all for you to bring it in. Oh, thank you. So I won't have to just be talking, that I can show some of the things here. I think I may have to sit down with you on this platform just to transfer information from my Apple to the WhatsApp page so I can at least show the PowerPoint. Let me see if I can drag it from here. I drop it in the group so that even if I can't present it, anybody can go at it and just open it and see what you can do with it. Please listen. Okay, save as. That. Okay. File here. I was thinking of what to talk about. And then I got an email that kind of gave me an idea of what might be necessary to look at today. And the 15 or 20 minutes that we have to just, again, prepare ourselves, get ourselves ready, and while in the waiting, keep doing something that's beneficial to our well-being, even as we wait for the D-Day, which I think may not be long anymore, believing God that everything is working according to his plan. Even if we are not aware, I send it to you, but I'm not sure if you, Roderick, you can get a PowerPoint presentation. In the course of the week, I got an email from a very, very respected member of this platform. She asked me a question. And in answering the question, it occurred to me that that might be something for us to take a look at. So I won't just be answering him. I will also be answering everybody else who might have the same question. Can you hear me?
We can hear you fine, brother.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Brother Derek, for putting the screen. I think I can see it already. Mama Grace, are you in the house? Maybe not. He said, can we go through like a general information on artificial intelligence, AI? I don't want to pay to learn it. That was what she actually said. I don't have money to pay to learn it. I said, oh, there's so many things available that we can put together that we won't have to pay for. So I said, okay, we'll take a few minutes and just go through the basics. Again, welcome everyone to this line. Those of us who are still not tired of coming, believing that every time we come, we learn one thing. And there's anything we need, it's to keep learning. during this time as we wait for the D-Day. I acknowledge all the protocols for all those who have spoken or demonstrated some competence in making this platform to run, putting it together, making sure people are called, they are welcomed, giving us a beautiful song and display to remind us who we are, what we do, what we are waiting for. Also, for all the people who are taking time to just be here to see what's going on, I welcome you. I do not want to go one by one to all the maybe 30 people online today, but just to say, you're welcome. And we appreciate you. Quickly, I want to go through what I call beginners, AI for beginners. And if you see what our very excellent-minded Roderick had shared, we're looking at what is the AI all about. What is it that we need to know on a general level? Maybe at another time we can discuss on those who might be thinking of, using this, looking at opportunities for job, for career, for profession. So quickly, because of our time, beginners, AI for beginners. How does this thing called AI, how does it work? What is it all about? At the superficial, ordinary level, I mean, just where you and I are not involved, AI is about using the computer or using computing systems to handle tasks that have generally been performed by humans throughout our history, as long as we know it. These tasks include creating art and content, making decisions, translating languages, managing, customer system and services and issues, fulfilling insurance claims, anything you can think of that someone used to sit down and do, today we can have a computer do it even better. And this is the goal of AI. So if you're thinking, what is AI? That's the simple terms. It's just replacing humans to do it better. Now, the good part is it may not ultimately remove human, but improve the service, because there still be an human element at some level. So there's no need to be, afraid of. If you remove human, what will we do? We've gone through that a few times, but it's nothing to be afraid of, to be fearful about. On slide 2 that's shown on your screen now, we're looking and breaking down again, what is artificial intelligence? It refers to using computer, again, to perform tasks that would typically require an human intelligence. There was a time when men go to war and risk their lives to win battles, to destroy infrastructure that belongs to the enemy. Today, robots, drones have replaced a lot of those soldiers. Now you don't have to get some men like they did in the First World War, where Japanese signed an oath of suicide, entered into planes and came to Pearl Harbor, not just to bomb Pearl Harbor, but to actually crash their aircraft carrying bombs onto Pearl Harbor. They did the devastating damage, but only a few of them returned. Today, the drones are not even manned by humans. And so no human loss. Think of what's been happening between Russia and Ukraine. Even though there was so much human loss, it would have been 10 or 100 times more if it wasn't for these things that we call robots in terms of drones. So look at it that way. It's a system that allows computers to operate at an intelligent level. At its core, AI involves creating algorithms, so mathematical jargons, and models that can analyze data, identify patterns, and make decisions based on the analysis of the data and the patterns. This technology is designed to learn and adapt over time, enabling it to perform increasingly complex tasks more accurately and more efficiently. Let's take the next slide. So this is good for us to know that it improves over time. And this improvement is what makes it genuinely reliable and necessary for humans to go beyond what we have today. For us to perform better than we have to make what God gave us. The intelligence God gave us, we have to harness it into a machine that can adequately function 100 times our capacity as humans and do things for us. So no matter how you look at it, it's a development of the human age. The ultimate goal of AI is to create machines that can think, that can reason like you and like me, and perform tasks that are beyond the capability of humans alone. If you are one of those that like historical movies, like the development of the pyramids, or you look at the other parts of the world where we have seen in some cultures edifices that you think, how could humans have built this? They try to explain to us that they use some tools. Some tell us that they were actually extraterrestrial beings, maybe Nephilims and whatever, that came with this superpower that was able to build it. Well, that part's gone. Today, we are harnessing our humanity to develop into machines that could do those tasks, so we are less at risk. In other words, we're trying to retain maybe ourselves. Strong and weak AI are two main categories of artificial intelligence based on their level of intelligence and the ability to mimic human cognition. So how do these types of AI works? Let's look at it. First one, let's take a look at what I call the types of AI. Types of AI. There are 4 types that we can broadly look at. The systems called AI can be broadly categorized into 4 types based on their abilities and complexity of the task they perform. If you're looking at what I'm looking at, we should be at maybe slide number 4, types of AI, types of artificial intelligence. Number 1 is reactive machines. Reactive machines. Maybe my system froze, but I'm on. Okay, thank you, sir. Reactive machines, machines that react based on what they're told to do. Second is limited memory. Number 3 is the theory of mind. And last but not the least, because there's still more coming, is self-awareness. Next slide. Let's look at what those reactive machines mean. All we're doing today is just take a general look at AI for those who want to have just a knowledge, a broad knowledge in their mind. So when you go and somebody said AI, in your mind, you're already processing what's going on. You're not a novice. You're not looking at, oh, I don't want to talk about it. I don't know what that is about. It's going to replace. No, just have an intelligent understanding of what it is, because we deal with it every day. We are already using it. The military was using artificial intelligence and machine learning decades ago. That's why American military is still the most top-notch military in the world. Before drones became drones, publicly known, they were using drones. All kinds of things that we're using on the internet today was originally created for the military, and they were using it at levels that we can't even begin to comprehend. The number 2 type of AI is reactive machines. A reactive machine is the most basic type of AI. These machines are designed. I'm sorry, number one type. These machines are designed to perceive and react to the world in front of them without being able to store memories or past experiences. Reactive machines can only complete limited and specialized duties. However, the benefits of a reactive machine are that it is reliable and trustworthy. The best examples of reactive machines are the Deep Blue and Google's AlphaGo. As computer people and scientists will probably understand what these are, but let's just look at some of the examples. In the next slide, the Deep Blue, designed by IBM in the 1990s. Deep Blue was a chess-playing mega computer. This supercomputer was able to defeat international grandmaster Garry Kasparov in a game. And so, in other words, computer was learned to play chess, and it was able to outmaneuver the best chess man at that time. Google's AlphaGo is a machine learning algorithm that can play the board game Go at a superhuman level. It uses a neutral network. I'll talk about neutral network later to evaluate the current game development, giving it an edge over Deep Blue in a more complex manner, in a more complex game, and it's able to at least be an improvement on even what the Deep Blue was able to accomplish. These are tools, AI development tools that were the beginning practice to see how we can outmaneuver the mind, the greatest creation of the universe, the human intelligence, the greatest thing ever exists and will ever exist. It shows how much, even with that level of intelligence, we can reduplicate ourselves and multiply that duplication. It's like saying there are 10, 30, at this time, intelligence people online. If it is possible to take the intelligence of the 30 of us and harness into a machine, just think for a minute what we'll be able to accomplish in the world. Just think for a second the power we would have if we can put each of us intelligence into a machine and ask you to do stuff, to think. Where I fall short, you will pick up. Where you fall short, somebody will pick up. It will be tremendous. This is part of the goal of what AI can accomplish for us. Let's go to the next slide very quickly because of our time. Number two, we have limited memory. So first we have reactive machines, and then we have limited memory. While reactive machines react to what someone does, limited memory will do a little better. For reactive machines, there has to be a chess player who is good and who can play real good. And then the alpha and the blue Deep will respond to the game and try to outmaneuver him. In case of limited memory, AI, it is a more complex than the reactive machines. It has the ability to store previous data and predictions while gathering information and weighing potential decisions. Limited memory AI presents greater possibilities than reactive machines. It is created when a team continuously trains a model to analyze, utilize new data or an AI environment that is built on models that can be automatically trained and then renewed. In other words, you are trained and the training becomes part of you. And as you use the training, you begin to improve on that training. So this is the limited memory. It even does better than the one that just reacts to a player. So now we have those two entities, those two algorithms, they can play each other. They can predict what the best, player will do the next step. Once they play with one of those masters of chess, as they play with him, they can study his moves and begin to predict that move before he makes the move, making it absolutely impossible for the chess player, the humanoid, to now win against these entities. Really, really, really fascinating. The third one, after we go from the examples, we go to the limited memory. Now we have the method of utilizing this limited memory just for our knowledge. Okay. That should be slide number maybe 8. How does it do this? It establishes a training data by playing with the person. It creates a machine learning model of what happened. Ensure that the model can make predictions, and ensure that the model can receive human or environmental feedback. Is this player angry? Is he mad? Is it excited? You know, all that, and then store the human and environment feedback as data. Read these steps above as a cycle. You can see why you and I can have things that can make us play well today, tomorrow not play well because of what we're going through. The silicon will not experience that, and so it just gets better. And this is the steps that the engineer has to routinely allow the limited memory machines to operate. If we go to the next slide very quickly, we're getting to an end of it. We go to, I think, the third one, the theory of mind. The theory of mind is even higher than the earlier two. The theory of mind is a concept based on the psychological premise of understanding that other living things have thoughts and emotions that affect the behavior of oneself. You know this, I know this. Our speaker who just guided us on how our mind should work and operate made this clear, that our thoughts should guide our actions, our behavior, and we should speak to ourselves. That way we can take the next level and not allow what's around us to press us down. Here we see that the theory of mind in the AI model is trying to mimic that area. In terms of AI, this would mean that machines could comprehend how humans, animals, and other machines feel and make decisions through self-reflection and determination. They will then utilize that information to make decisions of their own. In other words, for example, the robot will be able to comprehend how I feel before I make decisions, how I reflect on what I want to do. It will study me to find out that I operate on 4 roles when a situation happens to me. The first, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it bring goodwill and better friendship? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Having studied that, it will utilize that information to make their own decision without my interaction, without my input. This is the theory of mind. Now, I don't know about you, that could be scary. As of today, in our next slide, I'm happy to share that there are no examples of theory of mind in AI because we don't yet have the technological and scientific capabilities to reach this level. But think about what I'm sharing with you today was developed about less than a decade ago. So I bet we do have some of it right now. Because if you do some Google search, you will see hotels in Japan where when you get to the hotel, robots will welcome you in. And if you've been there before, as soon as you step up, the robot will call your first name and welcome you back and ask you, how was your stay when you were here in January 2023? You may have forgotten. I may have forgotten that I was in that hotel. She will remind you. So right now, the data fed in the hotel logbook of your visit 2 years ago, what you ate, what you drank, what movie you watched is already fed to that computer, and the robot, you know, I can show you models, but it will be too graphic for, you know, our meeting, because they made them look like to attract the opposite sex. It will remind you and let you know, you know, your last day. I know you didn't like the color of the bed sheet. We'll make sure that this time we change it to white that you like. You'll be shocked. These are the level that the theory of mind, you know, can go. But because of our time, very quickly, move on so I don't. Again, the acknowledgement for this presentation is in the first page, because we have people on the internet watching, and we know that when we present items that are directly from the internet, open source, we have to acknowledge where it comes from, so anybody can go there. It's free, it's accessible. All we're doing is gather information together in the little time we have to challenge, encourage each other to learn, to know more, so we can become, you know, really, really versatile in our knowledge, in our wisdom, especially in this, you know, emerging and existing technologies. Again, I want to thank the sister that called, that texted me and said, you know, I need to know some basic about artificial intelligence. And I said, good, let me put them together, you know, and I did not develop this on my own. Every image, every text are directly from cyberspace. I need to make that acknowledgement again. Let's go to the next slide very quickly. Examples, thank you, of the theory of mind. Currently, there are examples. There are no examples that we can relate to. But like I said, this presentation might be a few years back. It might not have been made public, you know, because of concerns for, you know, maybe legal issues, or people's fear about this type of things in our system. But there are the technologies and scientific capabilities to make this happen is already existing, and you're probably aware of it. We're probably using it. If you use on your phone, Siri, every time you go anywhere, you probably use some of these things to tell you where you're going, what you want to do, to ask questions. When I'm in a hurry, I ask Siri, what's the weather today? And it goes on to narrate to me what the weather will be from where I am to where I'm going. All these things are around us and they're with us. The last but not the least of this AI type is the self-awareness. Self-awareness in AI relies on researchers understanding the premise of consciousness and then learning how to replicate it to build it into machines. This type of AI possesses human-level consciousness and understand its own existence in the world and the presence and emotional state of others around them. It will be able to understand what others may need based on what they communicate to them and how they communicate it. On the screenshot beside it, you will see a human putting together a robot. The self-awareness will create a robot that can think for itself. I don't want to go beyond that because it's scary. Again, for the disclaimer, there are no examples of self-aware AI because we have yet to achieve the technological and scientific capability necessary to reach this level of AI. But you and I know that today we have robots that can go to a minefield in a war zone and take out every mine without itself getting destroyed. Knowing what a mine will do to the soldiers and then leading them to clear the way. Beyond, there are several other areas that we know these things are already existing, and they will exist. We will live with them. we're at an advanced stage of artificial intelligence that nothing will stop us from moving forward. In medicine, in engineering, in education, the advancement is endless right now. And you and I know there are positions that have been removed from the labor system just because of robots, or what I call artificial intelligence. I can give you examples, particularly the laboratories today that before there will be scientists, 10 to 20 people working in the lab. Today, no scientist in that lab. Everything is automated by robots that takes samples and to different places where the process will be done, removes all the, dangerous residues, put them in a place where it can be either recycled or sent for incineration, and put the results of all the tests, I'm talking life sciences, to where it will go for manufacturing, or where it will release results of, laboratory tests and results. We are going, full speed ahead. Beyond AI, on the same manner, the next slide talks about what I call machine learning. Every time you hear the word artificial intelligence, that is machine learning. I want to quickly run through that. Machine learning is a subset of AI that enables computers to learn and improve independently by analyzing and adapting to data. There are several machine learning techniques, but the three main ones are supervised, unsupervised, and reinforced learning or reinforcement learning. Quickly, the next slide. Okay, thank you. Supervised learning involves training a model on labeled data, which means the data set includes inputs and then desired outputs. The algorithm learns from these labeled data points and can then predict new unseen data. If I add 1 plus 1, it's 2. So it can predict that every time you add 1 plus 1, you have to have 2. Examples of supervised learning includes image classification, spam detection, and speech recognition. Quickly, let's go to the next slide. Unsupervised learning. Unsupervised learning involves finding patterns and unlabeled data, which means the data set includes only inputs with no corresponding outputs. Now, the algorithms now looks for patterns and relationships in the data and uses these patterns to make predictions on new unseen data. Examples of unsupervised learning include clustering, anomaly detection, dimensionality reduction. So you set up a bunch of bottles, vials on a tray, and you ask those vials and bottles to be put into a box. Each box will take 10 vials of injections. The unsupervised learning will be trained to run through the platform, and as the bottles are going in, if one bottle does not have a label, it will toss it aside. It's able to look at the cluster, include and exclude if there's an anomaly. If a bottle is bent or a bottle is empty, the pattern shows the weight of each bottle. Any bottle less than 5 ml will not be packed into the box. And so it's able to, without being supervision, without anybody being there and pulling the bottle off and taking this bottle that's full, now it does it by itself. Let me go to the next one because of our time very quickly. The third one is performance. Reinforced learning. Reinforcement learning involves training a model through trial and error by rewarding or punishing specific actions. The algorithm here learns through interaction with an environment and receives rewards for correct action and punishment for incorrect ones. Reinforcement learning is commonly used in robotics, gaming, and recommendation systems. I want to go beyond that. Finally, the other aspect, initially I mentioned networks, and I want to quickly just mention that so we have all the full concept of AI as we speak today. Neural networks are a subset of machine learning that utilizes a network of artificial neurons to process and analyze data. They are modeled after the structure and function of the human brain, allowing them to identify patterns, relationship within data set. Look at the picture on the side and think of how our brain is set. We don't see it, but if you ever see a dimension or cross dimension of the brain, you see all kinds of nerves and cells to the eye, to the nostrils, to the ear, each one receptive, sending information. When you touch something hot, the brain interprets that's hot and all kinds of reactions that make things happen. This is just an example of that. Neural networks are a powerful tool in the field of artificial intelligence, particularly in the area of machine learning. Neural networks can be trained on large data sets and learn to make predictions and decisions based on that data. This makes them useful for various applications, including image and speech recognition, natural language processing, game playing. The ability of natural networks to learn and improve over time through feedback makes them an essential component of many AI systems. Natural language processing, NLP. Another aspect of AI. Natural language processing is a crucial component of AI that enables computers to process, analyze, and understand human language. NLP involves developing algorithms and models that can interpret and derive meaning from human speech or text, which allows machines to perform various tasks, such as language translation, sentiment analysis, and chatbot interaction. By enabling machines to learn to understand human language, NLP makes it possible to create more sophisticated and intuitive AI applications that interact with humans. I remember one I had a tool that I was testing that you speak a language to it and it interprets to you in the English language. So if a German said something, right, and hit a button, exactly what it said with all the, attached sentiments, it will repeat to you in English. This is another level that we're getting at. And finally, what we are all aware of, the other area of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and robotics. So every time you hear the word AI, just think artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotics. That captures it all. And in between are all the types and rules and models and types and utilization. But these are the three categories. Robotics. It's an essential component of artificial intelligence and involves creating intelligent machines that can perform tasks autonomously. I'm sure you are aware of autonomous vehicles that take stuff from New York to California. I'm talking about driving a trailer and taking, stuff in tons from the west to the east coast, and there's no human interaction. We are all aware of, the self-power cars in some regions of the United States. Robotics help AI by providing a physical platform for machines to interact with the real world and gather data. gather data. Excuse me. Think about walking the street and a self-powered car coming. You probably think twice if it will see you, but it will see you and stop. And if you are one of those people that lollygag, it studies to know that in New York City, there are people that lollygag in the street. They're crossing the street, but they're not looking at the oncoming vehicle. They're looking at their phone and deliberately slowing down. So you have to learn to slow down in some environment. There have been accidents due to this, but they're learning. It involves designing, building, and programming robots to perform complex, dangerous, or impossible tasks for humans. I mentioned about the robots that will use our wall and at different parts of industries where humans will be exposed. In the pharmaceutical, there are some chemical mixture or experiment that would expose you to, cancerous agents. Now, before, humans have to dress in exorbitant gowns, look like robots. Now they don't have to. Robotic arms will perform those experiments. All we will see is analyze the data at the end of the spectrum. Really, really, really great opportunity. Robots have many applications, including manufacturing, healthcare, space exploration. You remember most of the trip to Mars right now is still done by robots. They are not confident enough to send humans, not knowing what will happen to them. But we are getting good data to let us know maybe there's water there. By integrating AI and robots, machines can learn to adapt to new situations, improve their performance, and become more autonomous, leading to more efficient and effective outcome. I want to thank you for your time. And I hope we get this recording to Mama Edith to look at what I call AI for Dummies, or AI 101. And if we have people that want us to dig deeper, we'll see how we can make that happen. But right now, I thank you for paying attention to this presentation. Again, I apologize for not being able to do this last week. I was my daughter's graduation, and I thank Pastor Paul for taking it over. So this week, I have to pay him back. Again, thank you for listening, for indulging me. And if there's any question, I will be waiting. Brother Derek, I want to thank you especially for making this smooth. God bless.
All right.
It's amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Pastor Shaggy.
Okay, you're listening good.
I told you guys, I said, the things that we learn here, if you had to go to school for it, it will be expensive. And Brother Shaggy, thank you so much. Oh my God. I'll tell you, I think I've been a little worried trying to learn more about AI. In as much as AI has its advantages, the disadvantages or the things on the other side, I'm kind of really worried about it. Maybe I should keep my fear to myself, but a machine with self-awareness?
That's scary.
Okay.
I know. That's the scariest part. Every psychologist, every philosopher are thinking about. If this machine becomes self-aware, it will get rid of us.
Oh
That's just the bottom line. If Elon Musk has a girlfriend that you probably saw on X, that's a robot. All right. If she's self-aware, he could kill anybody. I would be scared. If they're mad, and they're like, "Oh, you didn't do this to me," he could just one swing over our head. So that's the scary part.
I don't know, Pastor Shaggy. For many people, that's heresy to hear you say that. They're just running right along with it, not looking to the left or to the right. And that is something that we should always do, that because human beings are not known for our balance. We don't know it. We just don't look at the system, what would go on. I think this is a very interesting and lovely presentation. I just finished reading another book. You might have heard about this one. It's called A Brief History of AI. It's Michael Woolridge. And it's just kind of done what you've done there. Because at this point, you're saying the AI is still being programmed by humans, right? We're still the ones putting in the information. But eventually, if they become sentient, that will not be the case.
Yep.
Yeah.
They'll do it themselves.
Yeah. Dr. Doris has her hand up.
You know, even when I think of like the wars that are going on now, they are even done by humans.
Yeah, still.
So when it will get to a point where these machines will have to fight wars for us, and what are we expect? What I'm gonna keep that. I know that we'll have time for questions and answer, but I see somebody's hand is up,
I know.
and
Hello.
let me not lower that, but let's listen to that. But we're gonna give time for questions and answers.
Okay,
Write them
okay.
down. So yeah, Dr. Doris,
That's my
go
brother,
ahead.
Egu, JCI, Nigeria. Wow, thank you. You know what I'm coming to ask? How we can use this to artificial intelligence for JCI and our NGOs. So be thinking of my answer. Thank you.
Okay.
I'll think about it.
Yes. Oh, how is Nigeria NGO, JCI doing?
Okay. All right. So please, in as much as I have so much in me to say, but I know there are a lot of people who also do. And we're gonna let our guest speaker take a sip of water, and let's see if the update team has something for us for today, and then we'll come back and then hear what Pastor Shaggy will tell us about our fears or our anxiety or our expectation, what we think the future will be with all of this. We'll get to that. So, update team, do you have anything for us? My bestest item on the agenda. Dr. D, you're on your own today. No Queen Canla, no Brother Alfred. Answer your name.
To be honest with you, I was born alone.
Okay.
So
Dr. T, you always have something.
due to the
Born
fact that I
ready,
was
born alone.
due to the fact that I was born alone, you see, I learned to live alone also, and I learned to do things all alone. Uh, you know, I didn't get any help. I didn't get any help when I was born. I came out screaming. So no one had to hit me on my bum, because I was ready to go in this world. All right. And so thank you very much, Queen Irene. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much, Queen Lerato Shadare, for that wonderful mindset. And of course, oh mercy, uh, King Shaggy. That was an awesome AI 101. That didn't sound like 101, no. That more sound like some advanced level AI you was swinging down there. That wasn't 101 at all. That wasn't 101. But oh my goodness, we got something heavy out of it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Once again, as you might already know, our dear CEO has already said that he is waiting on the SEC. So, for persons who still did not hear that, That is the overall update that we are still waiting on the SEC to, not that we have to, but Ash Mufare, and as you know, Ash Mufare is a man that loves humanity. And so, therefore, he wants to ensure that those of us who put in for our commission, that is paid before we move forward. That is paid before we move forward. And so that is very important to Sir Ash, that that is paid. All right. Um, Beautiful. And so therefore we are just waiting patiently. All right. So there's no updating your information or your profile or anything like that. The site is there just to let us know that Unpassive is still around, right? That was the main purpose of allowing you to see the Unpassive website, and you are able to log in. You're not able to change any password. You're not able to contact tech support to help you change password and all of those things. No. All right. So let us just continue to be patient. Ash Mufari wants to and just to let those who didn't know by now, that fortunately, some 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 of the big wigs, in Unpassive wanted actually to steal money from Unpassive, which includes our commission, which is a grand total of $52 million, which includes 30 million of commissions and 22 million to pay salaries, right? So a grand total of 52 million that some of those big wigs, COOOCT, and all of those alphabet big wigs in Unpassive, mainly those that are actually working from Dubai, um, and it was a good thing that the central bank there in United Arab Emirates um, put a hold on the money and freeze the money because they thought it was some money laundering going on, right? And when contacts went on and finally reached to Ash Mufari's ears, the money was already freezed or frozen. So fortunately, they have not gone with the money because that would be another keckle of fish. And so the money is still there in the central bank at the UAE, waiting the pending results of the SEC. So Ash Mufari choose not to move a muscle until those monies are forwarded to the relevant persons, i.e., our kings and queens, and also the employees that should be getting paid out of that. All right, so that is the main reason that we are on hold at this point with Unpassive. And so moving forward, we are just being patient and waiting assiduously for the next step with Ash Mufari. So unfortunately, I think he's still under the weather. right? So let us pray for him also. His body has taken a toll with all of these, stabbing in the back situation. So let us just be patient. All right. If we can actually call or speak with Dr. Patience and find out how is it she is so patient so that she even get the name, then please consult Dr. Patience. If you don't have any patience, please consult Dr. Patience. She have some can give you. All right. So please let us continue. We have come this far. We have come this far. Quitters never win, and winners never quit. Let me say that again. Quitters never win, and winners never quit. Beautiful. Thank you very much, Queen Irene. Over to you.
All right, all right. The good Lord will make a way where there seem to be no way. Okay. Even he will make rivers flow in the desert. So we're trusting him. We're not gonna quit. Because if we quit, we will not win. So thank you very much, Dr. Derek, for that reminder or new information for those who are hearing this for the first time. We're gonna continue to stand together, stand strong. I said a patient dog eats the fattest bone. All right. So I know a lot of people have a lot to ask King Shaggy about this AI thing that he talked about this afternoon. So we're gonna give everyone a chance to express their fear, to ask their questions, or ask for clarifications, and we're gonna do that orderly by letting the Q&D team organize that for us, so it will be orderly, so nobody goes home without expressing themselves. So, Dr. B, over to you with your team.
Thank you so much. Well, the only team I have is Queen Yvonne Finn. Introduce yourself, please.
Thank you, Dr. Benny. My name is Yvonne Finn, and I'm in Canada, and I look after the chat. That's where I mostly can be found. Dr. Benny, Queen Aisha just said hello, so I'm not sure if you.
Oh, she's here? Okay.
Yeah, if you want to acknowledge her, yes.
Thank you.
Thank
Queen
you.
Aisha, could you please introduce yourself? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Benny. Good evening, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening. And
Thank
welcome.
you. Thank you very much. Happy Sunday.
Happy
Kings
Sunday.
and Queens of yeah.
Happy Sunday to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sister Yvonne. Thank you, everyone. My name is Aisha and Danusa, joining from Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you. I'm part of the question and discussion team. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Queen Aisha. My name is D. Benny.
Salam, Aisha.
Sir, good evening, sir.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Before I proceed, I want to take this special moment to thank our Heavenly Father for bringing each and everyone this afternoon, this evening, or morning. It all depends upon your location. There is no one like our Heavenly Father. Without Him, you will not be here. Seriously. I mean, He woke us, all of us up, despite the fact that Queen Kanla's brother left the world. My daddy left the world. A lot of people left. But God said, well, maybe it's time for them to leave, but for us to come together. Our CEO make us to understand that we need to work together as a team when it comes to this amazing company. I want to thank God for that. And I want us, all of us, when you guys have the time, let us pray for those who are under the weather, like our CEO. Hopefully he's getting much better. Mr. Mate Degamo, Chloe, the daughter of Julie Pierre. We have Roger Wanji. We have Augustine. We have Matthias Asongwe. We have what? We have Robin Noble. We have Pat Parent. We have Judy Rees. We have more and more people who are really under the weather. But we pray that God should guide and protect them. But it all depends if they have the faith. They believe that everything is going to work out for them. Things will work out. Well, at this moment, I want to thank Queen Lerato. Thank you so much. We appreciate your mindset about love, faith, and you said we should say, hey, I am good, right? Okay. And I want to thank our King brother Shaggy. Thank you for this extraordinary, what should I say, presentation when it comes to artificial intelligence. We all know that artificial intelligence is here to stay. It all depends now. Some of the CEOs are working so hard to grab the artificial intelligence, and some of us may not get jobs. But I am going to hand it over to those who are, if you are ready to ask questions when it comes to this important topic, artificial intelligence, please raise your hands electronically, or you can write your question on the chat. Thank you so much. We will be glad to help you. Brother Shaggy, point of correction. Well, if you don't mind, last week I was the one who presented, not Pastor. Good.
Thanks, Dr. Benny.
Oh yeah, I have to make sure now.
You are the best. You are
I
the
was the
best.
one who took over. I mean, they just called me and I said, "Are you kidding me?" So I
You are
had
the
to
best.
choose any topic just to present.
Expect a gift.
Oh no.
For
Anyway,
being such a darling.
but thank you so much for this artificial intelligence.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for stepping in. I had to be at a convocation and graduation and whatever it was. Thank you.
By the way, congratulations. So, does anyone have any question on the chat, Queen Yvonne Finn?
I don't see anything yet, Dr. Benny, but Dr. Doris had her hand up previously, so we might want to call on her if you can see her.
Dr. Doris, could you please ask your question again, please?
I think she said what she wanted to say.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
But, I mean, she's still here, maybe.
Yeah. Am I heard?
Yeah, I mean, your question,
I was asking, some of us we have NGOs and we are in voluntary groups, and he is one of my brother from JCI, and I want him to let me know how we can use the AI, the artificial intelligence, to help organizations, to help humanity. That's my question.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyway, I believe he's going to work on that and give you the best answer when the time arises. Thank you so much. Yes, please.
Thank you, everyone, for the good work. Always. All the king and queens.
Thank you.
Queen number one. Love you all.
You bet. Thank you.
First lady.
We love you too. Thank you.
You're shining.
So if we don't have any questions, it means that your presentation was fantastic, right?
Was.
And they all understand that artificial intelligence is not going anywhere. It's here to stay. And those who are working, like cashiers, those who are cashiers, please start looking for jobs. There is no doubt we just need to educate ourselves, because programmers are going to program what is going on with artificial intelligence and tell them what to do. If you don't go to school and educate yourself, I'm talking about cashiers. I'm sorry.
I think, Dr. Benny, yes, anyone in the service industry at a lower level, you know what I mean? Repetitive jobs, any one of those things they're gonna go away.
Yes, man. I am telling you. I mean, the first time when I was so angry when I went to the shop, let me just say I went to the thrift store. They used to be cashiers, right?
Yes,
Then nowadays I'm saying, but machines taking care of the money. I was so pissed, because sometimes they're asking too many questions, those machines. Well, but I do understand that humans has a program the machine to do the work. So that is why I'm saying that we should try, those who are cashiers now, they should do what it takes to educate themselves, because artificial intelligence or automation is taking over.
It is, absolutely. And that's what they meant to do. So as Dr. Brother Shaggy said, as you've been saying, we all know this is not going to go back. It's not like people are going to say, oh, it doesn't work. It's not going to go back. It's only going to go forward. And my thing, as with Dr. Shaggy, Brother Shaggy, I know he's joking when he says we're scared, but the thing is, we're racing on not just automation, but sentiency. That is what we're looking for, because we are lazy and we don't have balance and we don't see the repercussions of what can happen. I'm sorry, I'm with Queen Irene, and she doesn't want to express it anymore, she says, but what is the rush to have machines be sentient, be like human beings? Why is it not enough to program them and let them do the work that is repetitive and not uplifting and keep them there? Why must they become like us, have emotions and be sentient, and then pretty soon we won't be the programmers, they will become the programmers. People don't want to say that. They think, oh, it's science fiction and stupid. It's never wrong, it's never dangerous until it happens, and then we say, oh, but it will be too late. We won't be here. I mean, I know I probably won't be here, but the whole idea is that this is where we're headed. That book I was telling Brother Shaggy about, that's exactly, and these are the big minds, the deep minds, whatever you want to call them. And a lot of them are dividing now because they do have those concerns. You can put rules and things in place, but even now, we're not sure how far this has gone, because people can work in secret. A lot of things are being done in secret, and we don't know what people are doing. We do not know it. We think we do because, we think we have power to govern and to know what people are doing. But people have their own labs and their own funding. There's a lot of money to, as you were saying, Dr. Bennett, they're grabbing it, a lot of money to be grabbed now, and they're not satisfied with just making it automation or robotics, as Brother Shaggy is saying. They want it to be human-like, so we can have more free time to do what I don't know, because we have so much free time now and we're still not enjoying it. That's just my 2 cents. Sorry.
Well, I do understand that some of the CEOs, they will do what it takes now to spend most of their money on this artificial intelligence.
Absolutely.
The
Absolutely.
reason is because a lot of our humans, let me tell you, there used to be a time that winter time, when it's time for us to go to work, like in a nursing home.
Yes.
Some of our, not our people, but our people will go to work. But there are some other people who would not want to go to work.
Absolutely.
All right? So don't you know that they will do what it takes to train the robot to do something?
Of course. Of course.
To clean the patients. Some of them are giving medication now. They say go to the 3rd floor. They will direct you to those patient room.
Yes.
And they will give medication. Yes. I mean, I did my presentation on that.
I know. I did see a hospital. I think it's in Asia somewhere, up to China. It's totally run by artificial intelligence running around. It's time for the medication. They administer there's no human being there. It's programmed, totally programmed.
Brother Shaggy, I'm just afraid that pretty soon, if you need You want to go to work and you don't want to drive, right? You call for Uber. Now you realize that it is a robot sitting right there.
Yep.
I will run, Brother Shaggy. I will run.
That's good news. There's more accident with a human driving you to work than a robot. As bad as it looks,
The
there's
Queen
more
Irene is
accident on the
not,
roads
she's not
than
convinced.
flying. Even
Like,
though we say, oh,
seriously?
flying, what's happening in Newark Airport? I want to drive. Hey, the chances of an accident driving from here to Baltimore, Maryland, it's higher than if I flew there. That's just it.
Yeah,
So
Brother
if a
Shaggy, a
robot
lot of
pulls
the
up in front of
planes
my
are
house,
flown
right?
by AI now anyway.
And they're falling off the skies.
And not many of them, that's in our dreams.
So
I have not seen a time when planes have fallen off the sky like they are falling
help us.
today. I'm so scared to fly.
No, don't worry.
Never been.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah, we can hear
I
you.
just came from Africa. The plane didn't fall off the sky.
Uh,
Not here, not there.
well, you know what? That's because
glory to God.
that's because they haven't done a lot of AI to our African
Just
planes yet because
the
it's
plane
going
came
to
from
get
here,
old.
and there's so much AI. We just pray and believe God. Now, here's the good news. You know how you go to Sam's Club, all this club, there's a side where you just pay by yourself.
Yes.
Guess what?
What?
Companies are scrapping it.
Of course they
Walmart
are.
is scrapping. You know what happened?
No.
We got smart. So if I want to buy 2 items, right? I put to the cart, scan 1. And so where there's no security, looking at my receipt, they were cheating them.
Yes,
they were
they
losing
were.
money.
Yes.
Are you serious?
When I read it, I
Yes.
said, got you.
Yeah,
They were
they're
losing
scrapping
money.
it off. Yeah,
So they
Walmart
said
is
some of the
because,
lines in Walmart, they're switching back to humans
They
because they
have.
found that the people
Yes.
have mastered those robots.
They have.
They
Yes.
just click, or put what you've just purchased into the what they call it. There's a kiosk there to monitor it. They'll put something else there.
Yes.
And so once you see something else there, it believes it was put there. Just so they found that they were losing millions of dollars. They started putting people back there. So you know what? That's good news. But that doesn't mean.
So are you saying that the cashiers will come back?
Because they know at least cashier will say, "Oga, you didn't pay for that one." Robot
Yes,
is
yes.
different.
Some of them will
Robot
come
will
back,
not.
Dr. Benny. Some of them will. I'm seeing that. Yes.
The good thing I think is just like the CEOs like this. 2007, when IT was, let me go back 2000, when IT was IT after the Y2K, you remember?
Yes.
Every IT job pays good money.
Yes.
I remember working for AT&T as data, I think it was just database, developer, or,
Yeah.
86K.
Yep.
2007,
Absolutely.
fast forward, that job was 21,000. Same job.
Absolutely.
You know why?
Yes, same.
They
Wow.
found somebody in New Delhi who can take $5 an hour and will live like a king. Why do they need me? So now here's what they found out. 2007 came. Part of the crash of the home industry wasn't just because those companies, put bad stuff together. There are people who already have their homes who didn't have to buy a house by lying. It was just that the jobs was gone. The money was gone. The industry, the transformation of internet and allowing jobs like database analysts, developers to be done overseas and ported here made it cheaper for the company. And I remember a VP at that time in J&J saying, we will regret this. We regretted it because there was an economic collapse because people don't have income. And the jobs were transferred overseas. So I think there's an ethical concern that they should be careful how far we go. Because if we really make everything robot, how does this clerks, scientists pay their mortgage now?
Yeah.
How does the economy go? How much unemployment Obama paid unemployment for, I don't know, maybe 2-3 years? How many years can they pay unemployment if somebody's job is replaced by a robot? So I think there's an ethical concern to tread softly because of the how it would affect you and I
Yes.
who buy
Absolutely.
groceries,
Yes.
who
Yes.
buy from Amazon. And what
Yes.
make America the greatest is our purchasing power. We don't just make money. In my country, when you make money, you go put it in Zurich. You go buy house in Europe or America. Americans don't. They make the money, they spend it here. That's the difference from this nation and any part of the world.
True.
You make good
Very
money.
true.
There are some, us are different. I mean, we have mouth to feed 15,000 miles away that they already call this money that they are running short of supply because of price of Gary. But a lot of the money is still spent in this industry, so the economy keep growing. Now they are ethical concern. If all this happens and the spending powers goes down, we just be like China. We have all the technology, but we can't afford it.
Yes.
And I don't think that's where they want to go. So that's ethical concern, but we're not going to go back, like Sister Irene said, because it's just a development we can't afford to let go of. Look at the industry that's called manufacturing. Let's even start from agrarian industry. At one time, farming was the biggest deal, right? And then the mechanized farming. Did we go back to farming except in my village? To using hoe? No. Once you go agrarian, we go agrarian because we have to feed more people. Now, when we move to the mechanized, to the technological age, we didn't go back. Now we're going to AI. Jobs will still be created at a level that will allow those clerks, for instance, right, to write content.
Yes.
To put together, go to the library and get information to feed into chat GBT.
Yes.
So that all the history there that you and I want to search for, somebody has to data enter it somehow. So there'll still be a level where those people will still be able to train for, a few moments. The other part is before IT, you have to go to IT school, this school. Now, you can learn to be in any of these positions on the IT industry just by going on your computer.
True.
So which means transforming from a
Your
clerk
comfort
to become a programmer, a data scientist, a database, whatever, it's easier. And people will do it. And so unless they're lazy, they'll be able to transform. So, there's a light in the horizon. That's what I'm trying to say.
I understand.
Even though it's tough. The only fear is a robot that is self-aware will be a threat to my life. So that's my thing. Because then if he knows I can power off a switch, if he knows that the last time he misbehaved, I unplug something from the back, it will make sure I don't get near there. Secondly, it will make sure when I put the power on, just like these phones, think about your phone. Your phone will tell you, I'm going into power save mode. Who told the iPhone to go to power save mode? Because you're driving. You can't charge. And it's thinking, hey, this guy will be without phone now. If there's no phone, I can't do advertisement. So they program it to put that phone in, reserve so you can gain more time. If a robot goes on reserve, is it going to serve me or fight against me? The fear will be there, and we have to develop, how to handle that part of, artificial intelligence when it becomes, an issue. We'll see if a lab is powered by, artificial intelligence and we begin to see, some traces of, sabotage. Can we stop it? Or can he say, I've watched some movies where literally the robots sabotaged the scientists and spread the disease. But again, it was a human that, was able to, pretend, got himself injected with a serum that will not make that affect them, and then shut down the. So, God help us.
Indeed.
The question that was asked, the NGOs and all these organizations, I really believe that we're already using that. We're already kind of finding ways to assist in areas where we know we don't have to be there, but we can provide the tools and the support that's needed to help people. In those part of the world where the Chamber of Commerce typically help to like provide resources, before we have to have that organization there. Now we don't have to. They've been able to reduce the number of people in those part of the world that will help, like in those refugee areas, and just send resource through the existing viable organization. Again, there is shortcoming to that. The United Nations says, you know what, with advanced technology, we don't have to be in Iraq, in where the wars zones are. We don't have to be in Palestine. We have people there we can use, and they channel the resources. The truck will be loaded, you know, in a way that there's no human supervision there. They can load trucks and send it to the area to be used. That has leveraged even the amount of money that we need to spend on NGOs administrators. So that has helped a great deal. So instead of spending like maybe 20% on the manpower to do it, now technology has helped that a lot of the resources can be, you know, sent overseas, and automated activities has replaced hiring people to go there.
Yes, yes, yes.
And that has helped tremendously to reduce the cost. So the money we receive to help people, we're not using 40% to service those who are carrying it out. We're using less than 5% now, because those who are servicing it don't leave their zone. They don't have to go to, you know, Ukraine or anywhere. There's just, so in a way, it has helped reduce cost.
Sure.
And I think it will continue to help reduce, you know, cost to provide our NGO services around the world. I don't know if that answers your question.
Well, you know, King Shaggy, if we're going to focus on those good aspects of it, great. I am worried about what will happen to education. Okay. Our kids, they give them homework to go write an essay. ChatGPT does it for them.
Yep.
How are they going to learn? Okay, I'll tell you. Oh Lord, this is World Wide Web. Anyway.
They're learning. I saw it here.
A boss asked a student to, well, so this doctor is supposed to write an article for a journal, for a medical journal. Okay. He gives it to the postback that are in his office. And the postback uses ChatGPT to write the article. And they did. I mean, it was, I mean, superb. Well, he didn't look at it to see if this person really wrote it. He just believed that, oh, he did a good job with it. And so he sends this article to be published. Well, when they go to check, some of the sightings that they cited for the article didn't exist. ChatGPT could not do the citing well. At least even that, he should have been looked at that. He didn't. So, and then they send back, and he has to disgrace himself by retracting that article from the journal. I mean, what is that? And then how are you sure if the information that they wrote about this research, if that was correct or not? Since he didn't even have the time to read it, to make sure that these are the things that we did or have been done to, you know, approve this medication or to treat this disease or whatever. ChatGPT will not know all of that. They don't have that self-awareness yet, or they don't have that way of reasoning yet. They, you know, just last night we were in a meeting and we needed to send some information about our group to the mother branch back home in, and the person that was charged with it said, I don't need help. I'm just gonna let ChatGPT do it for me.
Yep.
All right, it's not from the heart. I mean, as I look at the movies that we watch all the time, and you see these robots that you will shoot, and they wake up and continue and tear down places. And we're not gonna get to that.
Of course we are.
We're not gonna get to that. If they already have that, if humans already have that in their minds and did a movie about it, do you know what they're thinking?
They're thinking the same as you're thinking.
Yeah. So I like the good parts of it. But those evil parts, the heart of man is desperately wicked. Who can tell? All right, I press my case.
You know, to your
Okay,
point, hello?
Sister Yvonne. Oh,
Yes?
sorry. I just want to chip in something. Thank you,
Okay.
Brother Shaggy, for that
Okay.
presentation. For me, I'm not sure robots is going to take over humans' job completely, because there are some sectors like government sector, and the only place robots can take over humans are those private companies, those who are not willing to pay their workers. They want to replace humans with robots. But in the government sector, because they might need some creativities and innovation, which only women can possess that. Emotional intelligence is only human that can emphasize understanding and build complex relationship with people, which robots cannot do that. There are also some decision making, which humans will be able to contribute to their sector. Robots will certainly change the workshop. It's unlikely that they will completely replace human beings. Instead, humans and robots will likely work together by leveraging each other's strength to achieve greater efficiency and innovation. That's what I think. Thank you.
Thank you, sister. That is the intention, right? But as I've said many times, we never stop at the intention. We always overreach. It's human propensity. We never balance anything. Read the good book. We are always going way further than anything makes sense, and nobody to stop us. Right now, there are people looking to doing exactly that. Exactly that. So I do not understand. I believe in balance and I believe in oversight. But how are you going to oversight when you don't know people's business? You don't know what they're going on in their own factories, in their own companies. You can't tell that. You cannot tell that. This is such an exciting technology. I love it. I love it a lot. But it's not a toy. No, it's not a toy. It's a very, very powerful science. It goes into every sector that we can think of. Every sector. It started off with, as Brother Shaggy and rest of sets, with just cashiers or whatever. It's low, But now it's been accused of intervening in what do you call it, elections. Come on, we know.
Yep.
We know. There's no point burying your head in the sand. I'm not a fan of that at all. I like to face things head on. I'm not saying we can do anything about it. I'm simply saying you should know what you know. And some of us are saying just believe, trust in God that He knows how far this will go, because it is not going to go away. It's a genie out of the bottle, or whatever you want to call it. Right? Thank you, Brother Shaggy. I think this is phenomenal. And as I said, I love it just the way you do.
Maybe following up on what you are saying, Queen Yvonne.
Yes, ma'am.
To me,
yes.
It's kind of bring about a challenge in terms of where are we putting the creation, our own creation, in the image of God, to do the things that He, by virtue of His creation, were able to do, whether we are men or women. That now we are bringing about a creation of our own. Whose image is it?
Yes. That is exactly what it is, Queen Edith. We are edging God out. Our egos will be the downfall.
It's terrible. And the love, if governments will not regulate on this, it means they don't care about humanity at all.
Well, we know that.
There
That's
needs
already,
to be some
we know that.
legislation. and how
We know
far
that.
this thing would go.
We know that. They're talking about transhumanism and anything but God. Everything else, every name you can think of
Yeah.
out there. But, you know, we worship the creation that we make. It's so stupid, you know, I tell you.
Oh, God, have mercy.
Have mercy, exactly.
God have mercy. You know, God is always merciful. Just watching.
Yes, he is. He is. Brother Shaggy, are you still here? Where's Brother Shaggy? Brother Shaggy, about the driverless cars, I was reading that they have different levels as well, as you spoke about with the AI, the reactive, limited, and so on. Some of the driverless cars you can take over if you want, but some are totally without your control. I don't know who would choose that. Who would choose that one, Brother Shaggy? Let me hear what you have to say about that. Why, when you can have some limited control, would you choose to go absolutely and totally without control? Why would you do that? Would you do that?
I would.
Would
When
you?
I go to walk, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If I have my way,
Yeah.
I'll sit in the back of the car, maybe read my Bible, watch a movie,
Yes.
just touch the scene. I don't want to, if I don't have to drive, I don't want to drive. Now, what's the risk there that I will get there? Well, I have to have some level of faith and maybe some button that I can use to, set aside what's going on if I see an emergency.
Well,
Again,
that's what I'm saying. They
but
have four
again,
levels. Yeah.
there is, how do I put it? Because of human error and how we are made, things that
Yes.
controls us and our thinking pattern, we can doze off. All those
Yeah.
things makes it safer.
Yes.
Autonomous vehicle. Look,
Yeah.
you can see how many accidents they've had with Musk Tesla. You can see how many of those big trucks have accident and compare to the one driven by human.
Yeah.
In fact, it's just our fear is unfounded when you see how many accidents happen every day with us than with a robot.
Okay.
With an autonomous car. So me, I'll take a chance.
Okay. Thank you, brother.
But again,
But Dr. Shaggy,
there are ethical.
Dr.
Go
Shaggy,
ahead.
do you know that even if the car that is taking you out is very careful, do you know how careful the other car coming is?
So that means two
I
people
don't know,
now.
maybe you
The other car and me.
Yes.
But if it's me,
Yes.
if the other car and the robot,
Yes.
there's a better chance. Now you get my point now. If there are 5 cars on the highway, right, and 2 are robot, 3 are robot, the chance of those 3 that are on robot crashing is stronger than those 2 who are robot. Look,
I see
I'm
what
backing
you're
out of my
saying.
driveway, right?
Yes.
Twice I've forgotten that cars in the street, and I rolled out, and my car slammed the brake, pushed me forward. It sends the car like 5-20 meters before you go to the road, so I won't back into the road. If it was the other car that wasn't, that savvy,
Yes.
either I hit the car or the car hits me. The car stopped before the car going straight. You know when you back down the road, before the car is stopped, and then I saw the car zoom past. I'm like, oh my God. So
Okay.
that's autonomous activities.
Wow, that is good.
Accidents are prevented every day on the highway by these vehicles. I'm not even talking about one that you drive. You're driving your car, right? And you're on the highway, and maybe you a little doze, and you cross the lane. It says you're crossing lane. It will tell you you're in the middle lane. You see the car slow down to jack you and say you are crossing lane. Haven't you seen that?
Yeah.
There's a word it uses, right? And if you're going too far, you want to overtake, right? It senses that you're about to overtake by signaling, right? And it gives you beep, 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 beep. That means a car is there. If you don't have that, you will enter that lane and you will hit so many accidents avoided. You can see all what AI is doing, even when you are driving your car. If you have these modern ones, it prevents accident. If you go too close to the car in front of you, it may beep, beep, beep and slow you down. That would have been a head-on. So when you look at all these things, you see that the advantage that we have is much better. But again, there are ethical concerns. But it advantages. I can tell you because I drive every day. And I can tell you so many times that I'm like, wow, thank God for AI. That it sees the car is coming, and I'm coming, and it shows me in the mirror 8 angles of watching the cars coming.
Yeah.
8 angles that you're driving too close to the median. You are driving between lanes. Every warning, and then it tells you, oh, you are almost going past your turn where you're supposed to exit, and they give you the other options. That makes our life better, makes our life safer. Think about the time that you have to figure all these things out. So if you compare it, it's still better.
Okay.
It is still better, but of course, there's nothing is perfect. And like just like Yvonne said, right, we have a plan. Then greed comes in. And when greed comes in, it's a different ball game.
It
The
is.
idea to improve our life is now removed to making more money.
Yes.
If a silicon in the car is running the car and is calling all the shots, it doesn't have vacation. It doesn't have sick day. It doesn't have insurance. It doesn't. They don't have to worry about his children or his wife. Why not hire that one? Why hire a human that will have a sick day? You know, so you consider all that. The big shots, the big corporations will want to use that, and that's where the ethical concerns are. That we have to be careful, so we don't destroy what we're trying to improve. AI was to improve humanity. If you shut humanity out by not hiring people to manage and control and oversight, then your purpose is defeated. You have
Exactly.
all the robots out there and all the human beings are dying because they don't have a job, they can't pay their mortgage, they can't eat.
Exactly.
So that's the ethical question that government have to move in. Regarding government, I didn't job that will be kept a government job. Yeah, in Nigeria. Over here, they're already reducing. They
They're already
wipe out from the
reducing.
publication. They
Can
said
I change the
all we
subject?
senior citizens, right, can't call anymore to ask if our check is coming. No, just go to the website, and the website is not human. It doesn't care if I'm feeling,
So Yvonne, can I change the subject?
Oh, yes, please.
Dr. P, sometime back, she was talking about we need to be looking after each other. When Dr. Derek was counting the men, a man that dropped in my mind I haven't seen for some time is Engineer Mike. Is he all right?
Oh.
Mike Ojuntambia or Mike?
Yes, Ajontambia, yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
When last did someone see?
Sister, patients, sister,
Dr.
Debbie,
Benny, is Dr. Benny here? She might know.
Yeah, Engineer Mike has been doing some schooling, and I think he just reported earlier in the week that he just wrapped it up. So,
okay.
I think that's what's been tying him up.
Good news.
Okay, thank you, brother.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, King Dr. J.
Yes, indeed.
Ajongwen.
Thank you.
Well, he finally completed his education, and we're happy.
Finally.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, of course.
To Engineer Michael. Yeah. Brother Shaggy, we appreciate your topic, and I believe that you have more and more to bring it to us. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, this is part what?
Well, this is part 4, right?
Yep, so there's more.
All right. So at this moment, we're going to hand it over to Queen Irene. Are you available, please?
Okay. I don't see her up there, Queen Benny.
Okay. All right. Queen Irene, could you please take over?
Yes, so sorry, somebody rang on my doorbell, so I ran to the door.
It's okay, it's okay. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Wow. This was an interesting topic today. I will have to still marinate this. Thank you, Brother Shaggy, for everything. I don't know if we needed to go into the details. It's funny, but I don't know why I'm laughing. But yeah. All right. So I believe that's it for today. Leaders in the house, does anybody have anything to say before we let Brother Shaggy give us a closing remarks on this awesome presentation. Does anybody have anything to say? So if not, we'll just let Brother Shaggy give us a closing remarks for today. And I know he has so much for us. I am telling you that IT is broad. You don't know how long the First Lady has been talking to us about security. Like what? Every week, every every month in the Dream Team and the deep dive. There is so much in IT, so much. So we know Brother Shaggy has a lot for us coming. So buckle up. Make sure you don't miss, because every time that I come to the webinar, before it is done, I learn so much. I don't have to go to school for this. So when I'm at work talking with my learned friends who are reading and doing, I talk like I read too. But thanks to the Dream Team. Thanks to the Dream Team, I learned everything right here. Guys, I'm telling you, you don't know how much knowledge is being imparted on us coming here every Sunday.
Yep.
You're here, pay attention. For the next 1-2 hours, pay attention and listen, because you do not go empty. Every time you come here, from the mindset up until when we say goodbye, just even watching, the song, our signature tune and everything, there's a lot there to learn. And we really want to appreciate the leaders and appreciate you, because without you, the leaders will not really be worthy. But thank you all. Thank everybody for always being there and giving the leaders that urge to go out looking for information or to bring in their talents. So before we close, we'll let King Shaggy give us a closing remarks, and thank you very much for what you just poured on us today.
Thank you very much for listening attentively and for interacting. The interaction really makes it, what the effort. And thank you, I'm gonna edit, for saying, let's talk about artificial intelligence. In closing, there's no doubt that we are not going back. The human age has come to a level of seeing that God really created us we're great creations. And the AI is not to undermine God's creation, but to say, look what you've done. Look what we can do with what you did. That's how I say it. There's a part of the Bible that says we are little gods. In other words, God gave us everything, intelligence, and then we are using that intelligence to create artificial intelligence to enhance our lives. We have to say like that one way and see how we develop from a stone age to a great age to the age of what do you call it now? That's one between where there was all these cars being manufactured all over the place. If you go to the Midwest area of America, all the construction that are going on, and then that moved to AI. And we thought all these people would die out. They didn't die out. They still found a way to, get retrained and all that stuff. And that will continue in human race. The ethical concern is significant. It raises all kinds of ethical questions, including the privacy when you talk about surveillance. The other day, they found out those who break the jail, was it Louisiana? I forgot the place now. They were walking in the streets and cameras were picking their face and matching it to the record in the prison, and they captured 5. Has that not an advancement, AI that helps us? They take the criminal off the street without having to get police with gun drawn. No, they just match their faces and they're still using that. Has that not advancing our way? But the ethical concern is, what if it's programmed to pick only the black criminals and not the white? ethical concern. What if it's done to do discrimination? These are the bias that we will deal with laws and the rest of it to just straighten things out. You know, how come people that came here because there was an earthquake and things were falling on top of them and they were dying and were given status are removed from that status, and some people say, oh, they took my land and they were given full status. How do we use all this technology not to create bias? How about human judgment in decision making? You know, how do we now pass that judgment to, you know, a robot and think it will have the ethics to, you know, especially those in the medical industry, to react the way it's supposed to react, or just follow data and say this one with the treatment, it will cost so much money to treat the person, let them die. I'll say life is sacred and do everything. Those are the areas that I think our involvement will be more required, and that will make it ethical. But obviously, we're not going back. We're moving forward, and the more we get involved, the better, because we can be part of the noise makers, part of the content makers to say, you know, how about this? Because if we don't get involved, we leave the realm to the powerful people to make the decisions. But our getting involved will make us contribute and emphasize the part that we know might be negative to humans. So those who want to make money from it will not go all the way, short-circuiting the danger that will follow, you know, the threat to the human race itself. We've been here before. I think we'll, you know, survive and advance. That's my conclusion to allay our fears regarding AI. Thank you for your time. And if time permits, we can go to other levels later on. Like my sister said, computing is just such a wide field like anything else, you know, and we'll just go a piece at a time. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, brother. Thank you. We love you. We enjoyed it.
Love you
Yes, we
too.
did.
We're getting ready for it. So prepare your
back.
minds, people. All right. So I think we'll come like to the end of our presentation today. I'm going to pass it back over to Dr. D. This is Dr. D. Dr. Derek, answer your name.
Whilst Dr. D is coming, Dr. Shaggy. Oh,
All right, Dr. D. Over to you. Ah, you're gonna ship some this way?
Come on.
Yeah.
Well,
Maryland is in.
it's, it, it, it is
Well,
it is not
we're
winter
going.
here anymore, Dr. Derek. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Derek. Thank you. Yeah.
What is that?
Recording stopped.